What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on the Fanliest of Fridays.
Hell yeah. Fan Friday in the house.
Keep rolling with this Fan Friday. Take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You guys can follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily and hop in the Discord. The link for that's in the description box down below.
That's right. Fan Friday. You see a lot of topics on your screen and even more behind the scenes. It's a good one tonight, guys, to finish out the work week, right, as we head into the weekend here on My Cowboys Family, in your guys' houses and doing your thing. Hopefully everybody's doing well, kicking off this weekend right. Now, baby, Fan Friday, you know how we do this here. First and foremost, big shout-outs to those that have been running the show here this week. And that's the man Snug X, the sponsor of the week, and the Cash App King, the takeover.
You know why he's here.
Snug X, much love to him. And the man from Hawaii, Mark Hosepian, 87 points strong on that stream, boss. Dropped it for a week, back at it, and repping it big time. Extra special reps from him there. And don't forget, Skeptical Fan, he is the month of May membership gifting winner. Much love to him. Well, I'd say not the leader. He's the champion right now. We have a new board, right? A membership gifting board. But right now, this month, we reset it, and so far it's 0. No gifting by anyone right now. So we'll see if that changes. Now, as far as the leaderboard, you're seeing some names up there at the top. You're seeing Snug X there repping that crown. But he's not the leader right now. The leader on the Cash App side, it is none other than Jason Renfro, who, by the way, also dropped $1.20 pre-stream holler. And $1 in the Cash App and a Go Cowboys there. I don't know
with another classic Go Cowboys here.
So much love to Jason Renfro as always, man. He's always repping it here. That navy blue, silver, and star for everything on the way to 6 and beyond. That's gotta be the hope. Now, I do want to also say the person who's leading the whole board right now is none other than the man who always stays skeptical. Skeptical Fan. Much love to Skeptical, who right now is about 5 up, a little less than 5 up on Mark Hosepian, who's in second place right now on that board. And I also got to shout out a couple other people, baby, because some of the memberships dropped. First month of memberships dropping, first time in a long time. And outside of Skeptical Fan yesterday rejoining, we also had, of course, you back in it, baby, in the Navy Blue crew. Justin Quarles, the JQ, the Q man. Much love to him in the silver level, and A. Lavelle in the silver level, as well as Roy Strassner, who's in that Navy Blue crew. So I appreciate every single one of you guys. And hey, if you guys want to stay in it, you know what to do. You guys want to jump in the membership. All the information is there. It's pinned. Of course, there's the super chats. There's the membership stuff. There's membership gifting. But there's also 4 other ways you guys can help out the channel here.
You can show the love through the Cash App, money sign My Cowboys Family. You have the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, Streamlabs link lets your comment show up right here like a super chat.
Now, I also want to throw out there real quick, baby, we got to shout out that star level membership. Every day here we do that for those in the star level membership. Much love to the man staying skeptical. Skeptical Fan back in that star level. Second month since May, right? Since we kicked this thing off back again with the memberships. Much love to Skeptical Fan. Lincoln Kane, all the way from Australia, repping that star for everything in that star level. And of course, the top dog, Dwayne Broussard. Those are our star level members. Again, there's also the over everything level. You can check that out. No one's in that yet. We don't have anybody ever been in that level. If it ever happens, well, those get shout outs on every day as well. And baby, today's Fan Friday, so it's an extra special crew of shout outs going on here when it comes to the silver level. And we got Jason Renfro repping that silver level. Marissa, much love, repping that silver too. A. Lavelle, who is our number 1 silver medalist here when it comes to, he's the long-standing silver membership that we have here. I think almost 36 months. And the Q man, as I just said, JQ, Justin Quarles, the Q. I don't know. He's saying JQ. I'm going JQ right now. JQ in the silver level, also one of our OGs in the membership on that navy blue and now silver. So silver too. Appreciate all you guys in the silver, navy blue, star in the over everything if that ever comes along. Appreciate everybody on that side of things. And baby, now we can do the shout outs to the people in the house tonight on a Fan Friday as everyone's kicking back, chilling, having a drink or two. We're going to talk Cowboys. But first, we're going to talk you. Who's in the house, baby?
We have Kelly Presley, hello and hi. Bruce got the Toxic Juice representing. Remy Solis in the house, what's up? We got Tupac with a mohawk dropping that fire.
Love it.
Dwayne Broussard, the top dog himself. Stephen White in the house. What's up? Madman, much love to you. And yeah, the timing of that was a little unfortunate, right? YouTube likes to have their moments. We have Retro Scotty in the house. Love to hear that about your dad. Hopefully he continues on that path. Asmodeus, much love to you, all the way from Tennessee. So we got Jason Renfro, of course.
Yes.
The man, Jason. Barbara, hello and hi.
Hey,
what's up?
Barbara in the house.
We have Thomas Garrett, the Superior Garrett, which again, I hope you're feeling better too.
Yes.
Let's see. Who else is here? Just making sure I didn't miss anybody. Yeah, I think. Oh, Scorpio.
Hey,
Can't forget the man Scorpio.
Always.
Much love to you, of course. So I think that's everyone here so far.
Yeah. Stephen White, Retro, Orlando.
If I see a few more
everybody.
people trickling in, I'll make sure to give them a little shout out, a little hello and hi. But let's go ahead talk.
Yeah, we're going right into this. Well, we have some trickle down quotes from yesterday, right, from the practice, and we have some other information we definitely have to discuss here. But first, let me start NFL news. How's that? And we're going to start with the NFC East, actually specifically the NFC East, because the Philadelphia Eagles reportedly offered a trade to the Seattle Seahawks last offseason to try to, acquire quarterback Russell Wilson last year, but Russell Wilson refused to go to Philly. That was per his
he didn't want to go to Philly. Well, he has a choice, right?
Right. It was a no trade clause in his contract. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like he would have to actually agree.
Right. So he refused to go to Philly. They didn't. That stopped that deal. And then next thing you know, another NFC East team decided to do the same thing. The Washington Commanders also made an offer for Russell Wilson, and he refused to go there too. He only wanted to go to the Broncos. I just thought that was kind of interesting. The NFC East was dying for him. Now they got, Washington got Sam Howell, but Jalen Hurts is the guy they kind of, obviously had a fantastic year last year. So I'm sure they're happy about that. Now, NFL news, Dalvin Cook, Vikings running back. We've been waiting to see if he's going to be traded, going to be released. Again, he's made it known out loud now that he wants to play for either the Buffalo Bills or the Miami Dolphins. So, again, for those that wanted Dalvin Cook, I know there's a lot of people kind of pushing him. They're like, hey, maybe we'll bring in Dalvin Cook. As I said, when this rumor or when these thoughts came up, there was no way the Cowboys were going to pay probably the amount it's going to take to get Dalvin Cook in the house. And if the Cowboys wanted someone like him, they could probably go $2-3 million most with all the incentives added up for someone like Zeke. So to me, you don't go Zeke, you don't go Dalvin Cook. And Dalvin Cook, he said right now, Dolphins Bills is where he wants to go. The expectation is Dalvin Cook is looking to be traded or released within the next week or so. So keep that in mind. Now, Seattle Seahawks, another Seattle Seahawks guy here. And always I'm mentioning him because, defensive tackle, right? Interior nose tackle, inside guy, Forrest Merrill. Good player in the past, but, quickly died off in the sense of the last year or so as far as his gameplay. He originally signed in May. Now he's released by the Seattle Seahawks. That's it. I mean, not really much in the NFL side of things, which is fine. I do want to go to the Cowboys immediately, though, and a depressing part of news, piece of news here. Baby, it's been, as of today, and now I guess tomorrow, June 2nd, 2023, now June 3rd, 2023, it has been 10,000 days. 10,000 days since the Cowboys last played in an NFC Championship game.
Ouch.
Yeah. And, if you wait another 14 days from now, that'll be 10,000 days since the Cowboys played in a Super Bowl. Really played and won a Super Bowl last time. Now this year, what's the deal, right? What do you think we're going to end up, record predictions? We're not going to go into record prediction, but I do want to kind of bring up the NFL.com. Cynthia Fryland, who does a lot of the analytical stuff, some fantasy football stuff, she had her thoughts on what the NFC East would be like when it comes to the schedule. And so I'll pop the schedule. And I'm not going to go through each game. It's just a matter of her thoughts. The win total for the Washington Commanders is 6.6 is what she's thinking. Over under on that. The Giants 7.9. So probably an 8-win season for them. The Cowboys got us at 9.6, which to me is a little low, but I guess the schedule and the unknowns, that's about 10 wins this year. And the Eagles at 11.1. Not much higher than us. So again, I mean, they're still a game and a half, I guess, above us on these analytics. And of course, the conference champions, she predicts will be the Philadelphia Eagles for the NFC. The whole conference. So we'll see what happens. But Eagles, we're coming to kick some ass. It's been a long time. It's been 10,000 days. That hurts.
Yeah. I also have to respectfully disagree with some of those analytics. 9.6 sounds a bit low for us. We're basically 10 wins. Like that's That to me is the basement, right? That is like the minimum expectation I have for this team. So a lot of things would have to go wrong. Oh, that was already that was an accident.
Okay, so then a lot of things have to go wrong. You said.
I mean, yeah, that was it.
Okay.
I was kind of handing it back to you.
Okay. Oh, no, thank you for that. Now back to MCF's court here. Cowboys right now have 5 coaches. Right, we know about the diversity stuff in the NFL, and the Cowboys are definitely one of the better teams that do this. The Cowboys have 5 coaches taking part in the NFL's Bill Walsh Diversity Coaching Fellowship this offseason. Will Blackman, he played 11 years in the NFL, 4 years with Mike McCarthy in Green Bay. He's working with the cornerbacks for the Dallas Cowboys. William Gay, we know he came to Dallas. We know we talked about this a little while ago. Cornerback, 10 of his 11 years, Pittsburgh. He's working with the wide receivers right now. Leroy Reynolds played 10 years in the NFL. Is working with the safeties and working with special teams. Tony Washington Jr., a grad assistant in Oregon. And Dimitri Brim, who works at Lehigh, are working with the defensive line and linebackers. So all these guys right now working with the Dallas Cowboys is kind of like a DeMarcus Ware almost situation where they're there to help, instruct, assist the other coaches and get recognized. Maybe can get a boost in their coaching careers in the NFL. So great stuff there. The Cowboys definitely helping out here and getting a lot more, former players that really can connect with these current players. I think that's a good idea for the Cowboys to bring in these guys. Now, I will also say there was an interesting photo out there today, baby, by the Dallas Cowboys released, since we're going towards the end of the OTAs. OTAs have concluded, but before the last day of OTAs, which was yesterday, there was a last-second picture taken, guys. And it was obviously done by the Cowboys.com or whatever, but it was the rookie class. Let me pop up the picture real quick. You can see all the guys there. They had one serious picture. They're kind of all looking at the camera. And then there's another one, which is this one here, the second one, which is the one they're all kind of making a face, being funny, whatever it is. But that's the rookie class of Dallas Cowboys 2023 draft. So let's throw that up there. Now let's go back to the OTAs for a quick second, because that's one of the big things today. In this week, really, the last 2 weeks has been, OTAs week 1, now OTAs week 2. You'll see in the video a lot of the photographs and images from this week, and specifically Thursday's practice on the field. So, baby, officially, the OTAs have concluded. Phase 2 is over.
All right.
There's 3 phases. Phase 1 is done. Phase 2 is now done. So phase 3 starts next week. Conclusion of Cowboys OTAs happened officially yesterday/today. The OTAs for the Cowboys, this 2-week offseason program, revealed more than enough for the Cowboys to kind of get an early indication of what the Cowboys are thinking on offense, on defense, on special teams. So, to me, guys, again, we got the job accomplished in this little sliver of the phase that we need things. We're right where we're supposed to be at right now with the players, the coaches, the installation of the scheme. So, again, position battles, just the budding of getting them underway right now. Coaches and players right now heading into a short break, and I mean a short break, I mean like a week break, before returning for a 3-day mandatory. Trayvon Diggs, everyone's going to be there. A 3-day mandatory MINICAMP. Now, this is a 3-day thing. I'm not sure if they're supposed to have 4 on this one, but we got one taken away. The point is that we have 3 days coming up, starting on June 6th, 7th, and 8th. Very important. Those are mandatory days. All the Cowboy players have to be there. And we got Mary Alvarez, who's there as well, in the star-level membership.
Ooh, coming through.
Wow.
Things off with a bang.
Mary.
Much love to you, Mary. Appreciate you, of course. And guys, drop them if you got them.
Yes, much love to Mary Alvarez in the star level. I'm going to adjust it. She jumps right up to the board here, by the way, as well. Almost to the top of the board. Top 3, I think. She's in the top 3 right now. And Mary Alvarez, now I just want to remind everybody, because there's a new feature. When you're in the membership, again, you can do anything you want in the membership, but my point is, you can gift memberships to others in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? So that's a new feature that YouTube gave us since we got our memberships back. Mary Alvarez, much love for the upgrade there. I got to give it up to Mary Alvarez, and truly appreciate you, Mary, once again. Star level membership. I'm gonna put her up on the board, baby. Well, hit
yeah, of course.
Comment or two.
It's funny because Rolando Rodriguez, I just responded to his comment right before Mary's drop. He said, 10,000 days ago, how old was MCW? 2 years old?
Maybe you want to tell them about that.
Yes, actually, yes, I was. About a year and a half, 2 years old. So,
Oof.
go ahead and do the math accordingly. So, at least I was technically still alive.
Yeah, you were. You were there for, I think, 2 of the Super Bowls.
I was technically alive.
You were there for 2 of the 3 in the 90s.
Yes.
Well, alive, I'll say.
I brought the Super Bowls with me. That's what I did. So I was doing my duty before I even knew it was my duty. So Kelly Press was like, "Oh, that scared me. I had headphones on."
Yeah, it gets pretty loud. It scares that. You should see sometimes.
A little bit.
Sometimes with the video, you'll see us like hop out our chairs when that hits. But it's kind of the fun of that. It's kind of like, you know what? If it makes us jump out of our chairs, then it's effective.
So, cracking me up. Yeah, so sorry, Retro. I apologize. No, I was going to respond to your comment about Tolbert, which I believe you had asked. Let me go back. Oh, man, where was it? Gosh darn it.
Oh, it's lost in space.
It's all right. Just drop it again. But basically, I was just going to respond to your comment about Tolbert. Now I can't remember exactly what it was. So, but sorry about that, Retro. I will say, didn't know it was possible to time out a mod. I don't think that's ever been possible before.
Baby,
I know you could.
Baby, no,
not me.
You're wrong. See, I gave a couple administrative mods.
Okay,
and you're one of them.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So YouTube with the new things. So much love, Mary. Much love with the comment. I'm sure Retro can drop that again. You know what I'm saying? We all get jolted, right, with that drops. Now you see Micah versus Tyron Smith there in the OTAs.
Yeah, you see, not all of us could be so lucky as you, Akeem, to be old enough to remember the good days of the Cowboys, right?
Yeah. Luckily, I am, I guess. But yeah, I don't remember the '70s glory days.
No.
But
at least got to experience the the dominance of the 90s.
Oh so. Yeah, you know it. So as I finish this really quick, I just wanted to touch on the fact that these OTAs you're seeing on your screen here, which were concluding basically yesterday. So the picture from the rookies all gathering, the drafted rookies, officially wrapped. Keep in mind, guys, in a week from now, on June 6th, the 3-day minicamp begins. It's mandatory, so everyone's got to be there. Oh, shoot, and I almost fell off my chair again because Big Flock 91 has become a member. Why? Because the man who stays skeptical just gifted the first membership of the month. New board. Now we have a new leader. He'll go back-to-back like the 90s Cowboys, possibly. He's got a lead right now. What did the man... Oh, I guess I can say what did he say, but he said, here's a gift, and the lucky recipient...
Go Cowboys. So Big Flock 91. Yes. Enjoy it, and guys, drop them if you got them.
Yeah, emojis are automatic in that first level, which everyone enters into the first level that way. Check it out. If you like it, you can upgrade. There's other bonus perks, not even listed. Some of you guys know the perks. We'll announce that in a little bit. But yes, much love to Skeptical Fan making it happen, and much love to Big Flock 91 for receiving the gift.
And yeah, Retro, definitely glad that Russell Wilson obviously said no to the Eagles, although obviously in hindsight, would that have been the worst thing for us?
I mean, it would. I think I would have rather see him there than Jalen Hurts. Now at this point, right? At this point, we know. So, by the way, you can see it's kind of cool. I just realized, I wanted to change it up, so I gave you when we went to the last Cowboys game, got your picture up there, and then I got my cartoon face up there. So I just want to fix it, mix it up. And there's Stephon Gilmore mixing it in with the rookies and the veterans and this Dallas Cowboy team.
Still weird to see 21 and not think of Zeke. So that's going to still take some adjustment.
And that kind of gets me right to it because we got to see the first moments of Brandon Cooks. You see Stephon Gilmore, the first moments of them as Cowboys. Veterans that are, 8, 9, 10 years in the league, and they're Cowboys. No shortage of headlines to keep an eye on, of course. But, the battle for positions, figuring, the headlining veterans. We talked about it last week as well. So I can't wait to see the rest of the summer what happens. We got mandatory minicamp on June 6th, 7th, and 8th. And then, it's going to be a break until basically training camp pretty much. But there are some things still left to be figured out. Running back, linebacker, kicker, and left guard. That's my list here after this mini camp. And I'm going to explain some of these things right now about that in a minute because we got the Skeptical Fan. He had that gifted membership. He also added another 2 onto that. He's still in first place on this board. What did the man say?
Does the janitor have plantar fascia? Or plantar fasciitis?
Again, that's a good question. We're hearing a lot of kind of like people saying, is it plantar fasciitis? Is it not? We know with Amari Cooper, that's a major issue if it is, right? And a rookie coming into the NFL, if he has that, where's Osiris Torrance again? That's a mistake with the Cowboys. If this guy gets a kind of season, not a career continuing injury, that's going to always kind of be hindering him, hanging in there. So I hope not. We'll have to wait and see, right? But I don't want to jump the gun on that until we hear more concrete reports that it actually is, plantar fasciitis, and hopefully it's not. Even in that picture I put up, you can see Luke Schoonmaker's boot, almost the size of Deuce Vaughn. To be honest with you, in that rookie picture. So good call there as far as a possibility. Skeptical fan, we definitely keep an eye on that. But according to all sources, nothing to worry about. It's not a big deal. It's inflammation, is what I heard it was.
Honestly,
we'll see what happens.
I would be more concerned if this was training camp or something else. But honestly, it just sounds like there's no need to risk trying to push him during an OTA scenario as well. You know what I mean? Like, if it's inflamed, if he's got some whatever, exactly. Stick him to boot, let him rest, but still give him the ability to obviously be with the team and get the kind of
and he got sideline work
that he's able to get.
He got sideline work doing some hand stuff, catching the ball. You'll see some pictures here after the receivers go. You'll see and Turpin. You'll see the work that Schoonmaker did with the boot on. The first picture you'll see, it's before the boot, and then you'll see him with the boot later in the week. So you'll see that up there. But anyways, I want to keep an eye on running back, linebacker, kicker, and left guard. Of course, we someone have a kicker barely. So as I move into this, baby, I want to kind of go into some free agents. And you see it in our, if you know who I've been championing all these 2 months or so as far as left guard. We know about kicker. We know we got a lot of kickers out there, known names, Suckup, Prater, Folk is going to be released if not already. You have guys, of course, Mason Crosby, Robbie Gould, and many others out there that are floating around. So to me, kicker has obviously got to be a must no matter, when we sign him. Now, by the way, here's Schoonmaker. You see him there. He's fine there. And then a couple of days later, you're going to see the boot on. He's still getting that sideline work, though, getting these catches done, with that, what's that machine that shoots the balls out there? Anyways, the Jugs machine. Yeah, so you see him there with the boot on his right foot. So anyways, we'll keep an eye on that. Now, the reason I'm mentioning free agents, baby, is because we talked about the salary cap and how much money we got back after the June 1st.
Yeah, we're like third or fourth or something of most cap space
and
now, technically,
after
all the teams that have done their moves and stuff.
And after all the incentives and stuff were added in there, we actually dropped to 7th.
Okay.
But not far, because again, Bears 32, Panthers 27, Cardinals 26 million, Jets 24 million, the Lions 23.7, the Colts 23.4. And the Cowboys at $20.5 million. 7th on this list. That's after incentives. That's after everything has kind of been gone through and figured out. And that's still a lot of money. Even if we go into the season with $5-7 million, we always do that. We still got $10 to $13 million to easily play with. So another 10.9 because of Zeke. We need to sign a guard, in my opinion. But there's other positions too. I just talked about linebacker. Deion Jones is out there still, guys. Again, the Cowboys have a proven... going with Dan Quinn and free agents that we pick up, a lot of them have Dan Quinn experience in the background. Dan Quinn has another former Falcon player out there. Again, we went with Keanu Neal, DeMonte Casey, Tack McKinley. So Deion Jones has still been out there, a linebacker. But he's really an outside linebacker who rushes. He's somebody who could help that position. And he's 28 years old.
I know I joke about Cowboy adjacent things. It sounds like Dan Quinn adjacent things.
It's always something Dan Quinn, at least once or twice a year when it comes to players. So Deion Jones was a Pro Bowler in 2017 under Dan Quinn as an off-ball linebacker, which again we're talking about now playing like that Damone Clark role that LVE role. But the Cowboys have LVE, right? We have Damone Clark, we have Jabril Cox at linebacker, which is a question to me as far as what he's going to be able to give us, and then DeMarvion Overshown, who's definitely a fan favorite right now. Those are the four guys filling in those two linebacker spots we got there. So, again, outside of Van Der Esch, there's really no veteran player there. So that's why you can see a Deion Jones maybe. Look, the only problem with him to me is...
Again, I hadn't really realized it until you pointed it out.
Yeah, the only thing that's a problem for me, 6'1". He's small, 222. That's small for a linebacker. And... to me, he's more like a Jaron Kearse type of guy or a DeMarvion Overshown guy. Do we need him? Do we need a Deion Jones? I don't think so. But he does have athleticism and ball skills to make plays in space. He would also help at least replace some of the Anthony Barr. If you're worried about that, I'm not too worried about that, but I know we're a little thin, like I said, at the linebacker spot. So even if the Cowboys are going to make LV, and we know LV and Damone Clark are going to be the starters, even if that's the case, guys, Deion Jones would be a good, kind of like insurance policy, because no one sold on Jabril Cox, obviously. There's a lot of doubt. And will Overshown be ready, hitting the ground running day one? I don't know yet, right? So this would kind of ease that flow back in for someone like Overshown, but also Deion Jones would help that for the linebacking core. So again, could he challenge someone like Damone Clark or even Van Der Esch for playing time if the reunion with Dan Quinn, gets him back to kind of his previous form? I'm not going to count that, but he is young, 28 years old.
Yeah,
so,
the possibility is still there.
Well worth the risk if the price is right? And that's pretty much the way I think I got to look at that. Hit up the chat, baby.
No, of course. So, real quick, cracking me up, Rachel Scotty said, a hooker sighting behind Gilmore. So,
hey, you see 28 back there? I saw him. I'll shut it down, actually, because I'm not talking about this anymore.
No, go ahead. Real quick, Akeem Sears said, I prayed this year with Dan the Man as defensive coordinator. So, yes, again, we are it feels like we really lucked out keeping Dan Quinn somehow, doesn't it? Because we were obviously dangerously close to losing him. It's hard for me to picture him as a Bronco, right? Weren't they? They were one of the teams that were heavily interested in him. So, again, just another thing to look forward to this year, even more.
Overblown.
So, by the way, Kelly Presley, that is very awesome. So, she graduated from the same high school that Micah's from.
Wow, that's freaking awesome. PA.
Yeah, Harrisburg.
Hey.
So,
another
fellow
too.
PA compatriot. So, Retro Scotty throwing out there too. Schoonmaker should be licking the Joneses' boots, being thankful he was drafted in the second round by us. So, I mean,
good point. And
no
almost
denying
automatic
that
starter.
He would have gone in the late third, early fourth round.
Well, I'm not sure about that low, but yeah, it definitely would have been possible in the third round.
Remember, there were still a few other tight ends that were left. I can't remember exactly which ones, but I know there were still a few left that were technically ranked higher than him.
Larger than others, but the Cowboys weren't looking for that,
and that's why. Let me be nice and say third round. Okay.
All right.
Only reason I say that is just because, again, obviously the Cowboys have a plan with Schoonmaker, and other teams seem to feel slightly differently about the rest of the tight ends. So, let me throw that out there. So, let's hope we're winning before that. I don't want to wait till 2035 to have a chance.
Well, I know he's been saying that for a while. So,
skeptical fan. Sorry, the final thing I'll say here. He said we're stuck with Hendershot's butterfingers and Schoonmaker's foot problem. I'm not feeling optimistic about our tight ends. I'm not gonna jump
the gun yet. I understand the feeling about this, but
early.
I'm not gonna jump the gun because look, we don't know what's wrong with Schoonmaker. It's just precautionary stuff. Very early on, a lot of time for any kind of issues to heal. Hopefully, nothing that carries on through his career, or this season or the career. But also, Hendershot. He's going to be our number 3, so I think you're going to see him not playing that. He's not going to be playing that too as often, I think, and not getting as many opportunities as many people may think.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see how the Cowboys use him in the West Coast offense, but I think you're going to see a lot of Schoonmaker if he's healthy, knock on wood, and, of course, Ferguson. Now, back to the money here, baby. With the $10 million that we have open, or $10.9 million that we have now newly opened by Zeke's June 1st money, another player I was going to throw out there. What do you think about this? A swing tackle. By the name of a starting Pro Bowl swing tackle, Taylor Lewin. Now, I know you might be saying, well, isn't he retired? Listen, if the Cowboys plan on starting both Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith, along with Terrence Steele on that offensive line in whatever matchup they want, I don't care. But all three of them are on that offensive line, then who's going to be the swing tackle? All three tackles are literally playing in the game as starters. So, what the Cowboys could do is bring in a former Pro Bowler, former first-round pick, who, by the way, was retiring, but now we're hearing, hasn't made it official yet. So he's still hanging around. A brilliant start to his career, of course. He had a rough go in 2019 when he had a suspension then. Then he had season-ending knee injuries in 2020 and 2022. He's turning 32 next month. So again, if he retires, no surprise. With all the injuries, He's a little older now. But if Lewin is looking to get at least a few more NFL paychecks and play for a contender, the Cowboys could be the team. and for cheap, and we don't have to worry about his injuries too much. Why? Well, he'd be a swing tackle. He's not starting. So Tyron Smith, completely unreliable when it comes to staying healthy. I think we could all be on the same page there.
We can all agree on that.
So it's likely that someone like Taylor Lewin would see action some point this year, assuming those three guys start, Tyler Smith, Tyron Smith, and Terrence Steele. Tyron Smith's going to get hurt. So if Lewin has to come in, it could be a critical point in the season. It could be a critical game. Shit, it could be a playoff game. So, again, even though, like Tyron Smith, who was a premier tackle in the NFL, so was Taylor Lewin until recently, of course. So, no longer able to play Lewin at the elite level that he's been known to play at in the past of his career. So we're not signing a fucking Pro Bowler and thinking he's like a Jason Peters figure like that. But 10 years younger, I guess you can say. No longer able to play, but he could at least fill a void in a quick emergency. And he'd be doing a damn good job, even for a couple games, if he could just last that long. So, if this comes down to how badly Lewin still wants to play, and a willingness to accept a backup role, a swing tackle role, but he hasn't announced his retirement for a reason, maybe he continues his career somewhere, and maybe, hey, Cowboys are a contender. We don't need him playing full time. We know he's going to need a start. So that's a smart buy there, I think, if the Cowboys were to pull someone like Taylor Lewin in there. But now, if you look at my thumbnail, there's a guy there in a Denver Broncos jersey that I just always talk about, and I'm going to talk about him again tonight. Because, yeah, with this money, I got to bring it up, guys. That guy right there with the big question mark, I think he's number 66 for the Broncos, but he's released. That's Dalton Risner, all right? That's the left guard. That's available. He's a starter. Second-round pick by the Broncos in 2019. Risner started every game he's played in and only missed 4 in his 4 seasons. So, reliable, 4 missed games in 4 years. Started every game he played in his career with the Broncos. He's been used at guard by the Broncos, but has flexibility at right tackle or even the center option. So that can make Farniak a little less needed. You guys feel me here? You see what I'm trying to do here? Risner's never lived up to those day 2 pick expectations, but he's been reliably average at the very least overall. He's at least a little above average. Reliably average, but still better than we may have on this team at left guard behind Tyler Smith. So he would be a boost to the Cowboys' offensive line. He needs more experience and depth across the entire line. So he, especially with the interior, right? In the guard center, that's what he would specialize in, whether he's starting or backing up. Now, it seems right now we have to wait to see how the Cowboys will deploy and use our Smiths, Tyron Smith, Tyler Smith. You know, which side of the line is Tyron Smith going to play? And if he plays left side, will Tyler Smith play left guard? How about Terrence Steele? Will he be back in time at right tackle? So, again, the younger Smith here, Tyler Smith, might have to be the starting left guard this season, at least kicking off the season in 2023. Who knows? We've heard about, well, let's go, Ball. And, of course, even Terrence Steele may be playing guard. I don't know if that's going to happen. I think that's all BS. But we'll see if they're all even ready for week 1 at the same time. So Tyron's availability is always a hold your breath kind of thing.
Yeah, and always one of those things where even if he is available, it's like there's always an asterisk next to Tyron's name.
So, and that's why I'm gonna say it again. I mean, Taylor Lewin is not a bad pickup if you're looking to try to get a swing tackle, but he can't play guard. Dalton Risner can play I'm sure he could play tackle in a pinch, but he's there for guard and center usage, and that's to me would make a lot of our like someone like Farniak would disappear in a real way. Now, if the Cowboys believe Farniak's better than Risner, they ain't going to make this move. This is the way it is. But I just want to finish up by saying this. Get him in the mix. Get Dalton Risner in the mix to battle for the depth, for the starting spot at left guard, because you got guys in there. Give guys, no matter what would happen, baby. People like Chuma Udoga, Matt Farniak, rookie Asim Richards, TJ Bass, they would all be given a run for their money if we were to sign Dalton Risner. I mean, he'd be an immediate starter. And I think he'd win the spot if there's no Tyler Smith. If Tyler Smith's going to be playing left tackle, so that's a way of fixing your swing tackle situation as well, right? Because now you're gonna have to bench Tyron Smith when Terrence Steele comes back, and now you got your swing. You don't need Taylor Lewin. You got Tyron Smith, but you got to get that guard spots fixed.
Especially if you go off of one of the few things that I might actually take to heart that McCarthy said as far as the O-line and stuff, that the Cowboys are still wanting to put their best 5 guys out there. So, and McCarthy kind of said, we're not really sure what that looks like yet or whatever, but
we know what that means, though. If they're all healthy, we know who it's going to be. So I'm just trying to say, simply put, Dalton Risner, you don't have to like him. I don't care. Dalton Risner would be the automatic left guard starter outside of Tyler Smith, and he would, at the very least, what would he? Okay, let's say he doesn't start. Whatever, Tyler Smith starts. Dalton Risner is now a versatile depth piece, 28 years old, and he's playing behind Tyler Smith at guard or, Biadasz at center. I'd take him over Matt Farniok is an obvious answer there. Fantastic pass blocker, not the best run blocker when it comes to Risner. We talked about that yesterday, though. So I think he'd be a solid bargain. Unsigned still. Shit, you could probably get him for $3 million and a couple millions in incentives. Easy money. That's easy. And we got $13 million to play with here. That's outside of the $8 million we're going to be, taking along for the ride during this 2023 season that the Cowboys usually use. So anyways, there you go, guys. I don't know how you feel about it, but I like personally the Risner still is my number one target for me, and a kicker, of course. Those are my targets, but I throw a couple names out there in case you hear them kind of being talked about in Cowboy circles.
I'm on the same page as you on that side of things, just because, again, the whole O-line situation is tricky. So I do think that this at least gives us a viable solution, like something that I feel like works in an overall way. Like, I feel like one thing that people still forget is, remember, it doesn't matter who you put as a backup. They're not going to be as good as anybody you would have had starting. So once you adjust those expectations, then you can look at them and say, like, oh, yeah, actually, this is a great move or a great player or a great backup, which is really what we have to have in mind. Yeah,
and again, that's all we need right now is a back. But see, that's my thing. Him being there calms a lot of fears. I think if you want to have a backup situation, a plan B in case someone goes down, like Tyron Smith, or someone's not ready, like Terrence Steele. If that happens, you still have a guard that can start and is a great depth guard / center. Now, again, Taylor Lewin, great and all that stuff. But if you can have Tyron Smith doing that job, you get Dalton Risner, you have Tyron Smith doing that job. And then you have, someone like a linebacker, off-ball linebacker. I don't have a problem with Deion Jones. I trust Dan Quinn using him properly. But the thing is, how much money? And if that's the case, who's the odd man out in that group? Because we only need two linebackers. And to me, it'd be Jabril Cox on the kind of like the one slipping out of that starting four, or the top four linebackers, off-ball linebackers we have. So we'll see. But right now, let's shift gears back to the offensive line. I just want to give a quick little glimpse. Zach Martin, the great Zach Martin, versus the great Larry Allen. And I mean, we know how great Larry Allen has been. Just so you guys have context here. 9 seasons for Zach Martin played. 14 for the great Larry Allen. Zach Martin played 137 games so far. Allen, 187 games. Zach Martin has only given up 9 sacks in his 9 years. Larry Allen did give up 45 sacks in his 14 years. Again, holding penalties throughout Zach Martin's career, only 7. 13 for Larry Allen in the 14 years. And then 6 All-Pros for both of them. So right now, we know Zach Martin probably get another one there. The point is, these numbers are very unbelievable for both these guys. Fantastic numbers, no matter how you slice it. But to me, it's not really a fair comparison as well. But it just means that we have 2 fantastic offensive linemen here in our history. In Big D.
I hope that's the case. He said, anyone who isn't a Chaz Green or a Josh Ball clone.
Exactly.
So, real quick, Retro Scotty also saying, is there a guard that's unhappy? Maybe requesting a trade?
The only guy that I talked about him yesterday, and it's the guy from the Washington Commanders, Andrew Norwell. But he's a very good run blocker, but a shitty pass blocker. So it's like Risner is the pass blocker, bad run, no power in the blocking on the run blocking, and then Norwell, who's going to be released by Washington because after he passes his physical, they're going to release him. So he's going to be out there as an available option at guard. He's older. He's like 32, 33, and he's very good in the run blocking, but he's very bad in the pass protection. So where you want to put your money in, I don't know.
You gotta pick your poison, right? So Mike Aldana, much love, said any one of these players will be better than having Ball or Farniok as the starters and or backup. And
that's the only point we got here on MCF. That is the point when it comes to these guys. Why not improve your depth chart? Why don't you improve your lineup, starter, whatever? But bring a guy in here. You got the money. The only thing that's going to change that is thinking that Farniok is better than him, which would be false. So that unfortunately is what the Cowboys usually do. They think their own are always better than a guy from somewhere else. So I'm not going to hold my breath, but I'm going to keep saying it. Dalton Risner, he's the guy. Him and a kicker are the two pieces I would continue to add in this post-June 1st offseason. Now, let's get back to business here when it comes to our team. Because some guys spoke. I'm going to start with offense. But I'm going to mix in some stats with some facts and some quotes. And let's start with Dak Prescott, baby. Now, Chris Sims and, him like Orlovsky, or what's that? Is it Orlovsky? I don't know. Look, all these guys have this thing, these news guys, not the real analysts that know about quarterbacks and what affects things in context, but these are guys that, are looking for headlines, right? Chris Sims, another one, former Phil Sims, former football player, I think, with the Bucks, and son of course, Phil Sims. But Chris Sims, he ranked the top 40 quarterback countdown. And somehow, baby, he had, I'm just going to go with the middle of the pack here. He started, again, I'm not going to go for the top 8. Okay. But the 9th guy he listed was Deshaun Watson, who we just heard Randall Cobb say yesterday that he's a good quarterback. Dak is elite, according to Randall Cobb. But he said Deshaun Watson was, was all right. He's a good quarterback. Deshaun Watson, Chris Sims has him at 9. Matthew Stafford at 10. Daniel Jones at 11. Kirk Cousins at 12. At 13, somehow, I don't even know who he put in front of these guys. He's got Dak Prescott back there. So Chris Sims got, I don't know. He obviously, it's for the headline, right? He wants to get the attention of the Dallas fans, and then we yell at him. So that's an example. But when you look at actual statistics now, not opinion, statistics. When you look at next gen stats, analytical statistics, guys, and that's ESPN next gen stats. The top 10 deep passers, the best deep passers of 2022. Geno Smith, number 1. Tua, number 2. Jalen Hurts, number 3. Number 4, the guy on your screen wearing that number 4, Rain Dakota Prescott. Kirk Cousins, 5. Mahomes, 6. Russell Wilson, 7. Derek Carr, 8. Burrow, 9. And Allen, 10. As I've been saying for years, Dak is fantastic with the deep ball. He doesn't have to have a cannon as an arm, but he can place the ball deep in pretty damn good spots for receivers. In fact, according to these analytics, 4th best in the NFL last season. So just keep that in mind. If you have any doubts, go watch him against the Buccaneers. When we lost in that Monday night game, that was a Sunday night game that we had against the Bucs that week 1, 2 years ago. Go to that game and see how he did in the pocket there. I mean, one of many examples, by the way. In the last couple of years, I think we've seen more of that kind of a Dak Prescott. We talked about that in other streams as well about Dak. Now, I also want to say this, baby. The top new 5 quarterback receiver duos kind of been talked about by CBS Sports, and they have Aaron Rodgers and Garrett Wilson as the number 1 duo up there. But baby, not far behind. In fact, in second place, it's Dak Prescott, and who's the other person that's new? You know who it is?
Not sure, no.
It is Brandon Cooks, baby.
Oh.
He's cooking. Right there.
There.
Brandon Cooks.
Oh, I guess, can you smell what this rock is cooking?
Well, Dak Prescott and Brandon Cooks are saying right now, CBS Sports, the second best new quarterback receiver duo combination.
Damn, I should have seen that one coming.
Yeah, so.
Sorry, when you said new, for some reason I was thinking more like our rookies, and I was like really struggling. I'm like, I don't know. So.
Well. Anyway. New is Brandon Cooks. So let me just say this, baby. So Brandon Cooks number 2, 3. Trevor Lawrence and Calvin Ridley. Remember, he's back now. Calvin Ridley. Justin Fields and DJ Moore in Chicago, and in Baltimore, Lamar Jackson and Odell Beckham. So, but I do want to bring up, we could have had Odell here, right? You could have had, there's other guys we were talking about in the offseason, maybe drafting somebody. Would that have helped as much as Brandon Cooks?
I mean, right now, I'm just saying, all the possibilities that I knew off the top of my head, I don't think so. I think Brandon Cooks is one of the better moves that we could have made.
Brandon Cooks, it's not even about the player. It fits the scheme, West Coast offense, his ability to fit 4 different teams, 4 different schemes, and even more different quarterbacks, hitting 1,000 yards with all different teams and different quarterbacks. So my question here is, we know he's going to fit the scheme. He's going to fit in right with the players. He's going to be a veteran. And that's the key, the veteran. That's the thing I think people overlook it. The veteran leadership and ability he's going to give to make some of our young players better is what's not talked about enough. And it's going to be talked about today, guys, because Brandon Cooks is already having a massive, massive impact on all our receivers, especially this guy. Number 18, Jalen
That's great to hear.
Tolbert, and he needs to have a breakout year. We heard Sam Williams having a breakout year from multiple sources, and McCarthy himself said it. He also included Jalen Tolbert as a breakout kind of guy for the offensive side of the ball. So why is he thinking this? I mean, look, he's showing it on the field, Jalen Tolbert, but he was interviewed. And in his interview, he was, so self-aware and accountable. Jalen Tolbert was willing to improve, off of last year's kind of colossal bust, right? So, again, we're all rooting for him, of course. And, when you look at his, kind of his genuineness, his kind of the way he spoke, Jalen Tolbert, very, adamant about, wanting to learn and correct the mistakes he made in his rookie year, or whatever he can do. Massive impact. He's crediting Brandon Cooks, number 3, on this. So, and I remember being said that Tolbert, just generally speaking, Tolbert needs to take advantage of Brandon Cooks being in the building. Basically, you got to attach yourself to Brandon Cooks. All the young guys. I mean, I say CeeDee Lamb's a young guy, and even Gallup, obviously young, and Brandon Cooks, is going to help guys like Jalen Tolbert specifically.
Tolbert, mentioned. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but you're jumping in there a little too early here. But what I'm going to say is this: is that right now, year 2 for Jalen Tolbert, we got to see the improvement. We got to see this kind of the evolution, the trajectory of a Jalen Tolbert. Brandon Cooks is a major impact in this young man, number 18 here, Jalen Tolbert's, ability at receiver in his second year. So he was asked about Brandon Cooks' mentality this offseason. And per, Jalen Tolbert, what did he say?
Yeah, he said, "B Cooks." By the way, I love that little name. He said, "B Cooks." He was out there with us, catching passes from Dak as well, and stuff that he saw route running wise that I can improve on and that he liked. We basically worked off of each other. He definitely emphasized that he isn't here to step on toes. He's here to help, and he just wants to win.
Yep, and he didn't stop there, baby. I mean, Brandon Cooks is a big time. I mean, the whole interview for Jalen Tolbert was basically Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, so again, you can really see the influence he's already having. He said it, as far as Cooks' influence directly on his development. Said, quote, "He's been a big part of this offseason for me. We go eat, we talk ball, we work out together, all the little things. He's been in the league for a while and he's had 6 1,000-yard seasons. We talk, and he sees in me what I see as well. And he told me, I'm going to look out for you. I'm so excited to go with him and learn more about the stuff that he sees. Having guys like that I've never had before in my football career is positive and big for me, and I'm going to continue to grow off of that."
I mean, guys, this is so important. So important for someone like Jalen Tolbert to be able, if he could pick, again, I think about Tyler Smith last year with Jason Peters, right? If we get something even close to that with Jalen Tolbert, it could be a big boost for him in his year 2.
The type of mentorship. Yeah. Right? And as far as some of the better things, the better advice that Tolbert has received from Cooks, he said, quote, "Flush it. Flush it."
Meaning that bad year, right?
Yep. He's obviously been in the league for a long time, and I was disappointed about last year. I went through what I went through last year, and he asked me about it. We talked about it, and then he told me to flush it. He says he sees a lot in me. So flush last year, have fun, continue to grow, and take that second-year jump.
Man, I just love it. I love that whole discussion there from Tolbert. I find it very interesting. I mean, he spoke for about 2.5, 3 minutes, I think 4 minutes. And 90% of the questions from him or comments from him was about Brandon Cooks and how he's helped them. That's the most. I don't care about all the other things, how he's going to do this, do that, all the talking. This is means a lot more to me than all the talking up there about, we're going to do this year, we're going to do that this year. This means this young man is learning, and the hope, I'm hoping, now we're not guaranteeing anything, the hope is he'll be maybe stepping in that 4th or 5th receiver, at least the 5th receiver role, and in a solid way we can count on him, rather than being the 7th guy, it felt like last year on this offense. So I'm happy to see Brandon Cooks already paying off, not even on the field yet, not even with the stats, but he's paying off with the knowledge and the veteran leadership that he's bringing to the table here to these younger guys, the guys that need it like Jalen Tolbert. Any quick thoughts on that maybe before we take a commercial break?
From the chat right this second, not necessarily. But real quick, Mike Aldana did say Tolbert doesn't have time to waste after not getting on the field last year.
Agreed. And that was, he had 10 snaps. It was horrible the whole season.
Hey, let's flush it.
Flush it, and he's flushing it right down the toilet. That's good. We need to see that.
That turd is gone now.
But Turpin's getting a lot of offensive snaps and reps. I think it's more to weed him out or not. If he really can handle it, we'll see. There was some miscommunication there with Dak and Turpin. Opens the door for guys like Simi Fehoko and Jalen Tolbert. Specifically, Jalen Tolbert. We know that's the guy. The Cowboy front office wants. This is the kind of guy that the Cowboys want him to succeed because he's a draft pick and a high-value draft pick. Supposed to be a boom, not a bust last year. Well, we'll see what happens entering year 2 for him. I feel good in him. I'm not going to say I feel comfortable and confident, but I feel we're in the right direction with the Brandon Cooks leadership role, right?
Agreed. So, and yes, Montana, definitely Karen Moore did him no favors.
Oh, yeah, no.
Like, we know
we talked about it yesterday, overloading the 3 positions, like the 3 receiver spots, learning it in like freaking rookie camp. That's overdoing it, Mr. Stephen Jones, and they were pushing that.
Yeah, and that's
Kellen Moore was
obviously
pushing that.
One of our expectations as far as one of the things that, at least straight from McCarthy, that he's saying he also really wants to focus on as well. So, anyway, rolling back to you, baby.
No, great comment there by Montana reminding us about Karen Moore, right? So, moving on from these receivers here, again, that's kind of, we're going from the offense. We got Dak, talked about him, connection to Brandon Cooks, the receiver, the new receiver quarterback combo this year, second ranked according to most analysts, and then of course what Jalen Tolbert and I'm sure Simi Fehoko have learned from number 3 Brandon Cooks, major stuff. So Tolbert, we're hoping to see a breakout or some kind of at least an improvement year from him. That's all we're asking. We're not looking for the Pro Bowl here. We're looking for a Super Bowl and him being the 4th receiver in a solid way. We'll see. That's the hope right now. Now, let me bring it to a guy who we all know and love, who's our starting running back, Tony Pollard, TP.
Ooh.
Now, Pollard, guys, I'm going to say something here. We talk about some analytics and things like this. Tony Pollard was named the 5th most explosive runner in the NFL entering this season. Or I guess from last season as we enter this season. What's explosive mean when it comes to the analytics? Explosive score takes into account each player's top speed in the season, average speed throughout the season, a number of big plays, and, of course, a lot more. To be able to produce a composite score, a scale of 0 to 100, and again, ranking the 10 most explosive runners relies primarily on explosive score to separate top performers with supporting information, to understand exactly why they're among some of the best in the NFL. And basically, guys, this ranking list, Tony Pollard was 5th on this list, but there were only 2 running backs in front of him. And the reason I say that is because Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson, Chicago Bears quarterback Justin Fields were the other 2 spots above him that were taken. Those are quarterbacks, right? So Justin Fields, by the way, was number 1. And I can't blame that. Yeah, he's a unbelievable dynamic runner when he has that ball in his hand. When and Lamar Jackson too. But
it cracks me up just because I know Frame Rippers, aka Voodoo Alpha. One of his long-running comments is that Lamar Jackson is basically just a glorified running back. So I just thought that was really funny in this context.
But Justin Fields, we've seen him do some stuff in the air and, of course, on the ground, magical, right? So these are the guys that have the top spots above Pollard. I don't even put him in this category, to me. So who are the guys that had more explosiveness than Tony Pollard? It was 3rd place Travis Etienne from Jacksonville and Seattle's Kenneth Walker III, who was 2nd on this list. In the end, guys, I have no problem to getting the 5th most explosive guy when his name is Tony Pollard. I take him over Etienne. I take him over Kenneth Walker. And, of course, as a running back, I take him over any of the quarterbacks mentioned already. So I'm just saying, to me, we have the most explosive running back in the NFL, the most all-around explosive running back. How about that? The best all-around explosive. These guys might be more explosive, but I would take every single person in the NFL would take Tony Pollard over those other 2 running backs I mentioned. So just wanted to throw that out there. Is Pollard now in the mix as our number 1 RB? You know how it goes. Now, running backs, baby. This is where we open this up to some lesser names. Now, we know we got Pollard, no Zeke. So who's taking Zeke's role? Well, I'll give you a hint. He's a new player on this team. And Rojo is his nickname. And when you again, guys, when you're looking at this here and you're trying to figure out, where's going to be that power coming from? There's going to be a couple of running backs, actually 2 running backs that spoke on this.
We have an illegitimate Jones child joining the team. That's a joke, guys. But we do have Ronald Jones.
Yeah.
That's who we're talking about here. So, he's kind of settling in. And Jones did speak a little bit here about the Cowboys OTAs and basically his pass protection ability now that, like you said, Zeke is gone. Somebody has to maybe step up and fill that role.
We know that Ronald Jones, a guy that has the talent. He was in Kansas City. With the best year was with the Buccaneers. But is he going to fit on this team with what his use is going to be? What's his usage going to be kind of specialized to? And I think that's a big question. So he's going to take over a lot of those Zeke role things like pass blocking and some of the power short yardage stuff. So what did he say about all these things, baby?
Yeah, as far as the versatility of our running back room currently, he said, quote, "We have a lot of versatility in the room, guys that can do it all. I'm just trying to find my role and go from there. But a lot of competition in the room is going to be fun." As far as his personal opportunities there, he said, "Wherever they put me, I know they have a lot of guys that have been here for a while. So I'm just trying to find my niche and contribute in any way I can." And like I mentioned earlier, specifically when it comes to pass protection, he has said, quote, "I have some experience there. It's just about learning the new schemes since it's a whole new playbook for me. Once I get the schemes down and get chemistry with the O-linemen, it'll be smooth."
And I'm going to be real.
Sounds like a man who
he knows what to do.
Been there before.
Yeah, listen, he is a guy that knows how to play that position. He's got enough veteran ability to know this. I think he's going to be a good pass blocker, a good short yardage guy. To me, we'll have to wait and see, how the Cowboys, I think it's more important how the Cowboys utilize him or what they want to see from that, not running back position, but that role. Because you got Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle and, of course, Tony Pollard, but they don't need Rojo to be that. They need to be maybe a little more Zeke-ish.
Now, again, no one is saying that he's going to go in there and replace Zeke or start playing like Zeke either. Please,
no. Okay, no, but baby, again, I'm just saying the short yardage, no. We're not saying he's Zeke. But Zeke might not even be, I don't know if Zeke's even better or worse than him right now at this point. It depends on what the Cowboys want to use him for. But he's obviously kind of like the Zeke replacement. Not that he's better. He's the Zeke takeover. I'm assuming he's the guy that's leaning towards that.
He's slated to take over the few snaps.
But let me say one other name, baby, because he also spoke today. It's not Rojo. Another running back spoke, and it was a rookie. Actually, he was an undrafted guy. I say rookie, but this guy right here, baby, Hunter Lipke. He spoke today, and he wants to be the best version of himself. Of course, being an undrafted player, hard to make the team. But Rojo just spoke about the versatility. This is literally a short yardage guy who can block fantastically, runs the short yardage stuff. He can play almost a tight end role. He can catch. He can run. So this is a versatile running back who's going to be competing against Ronald Jones, undrafted Tyler Lipke, fullback / kind of all around guy. What did he have to say, baby, today or yesterday?
Yeah, he said, quote, "At NDSU, I kind of played everything and they moved me all over. I had to learn the whole offense. I had to know what the O-line was doing, what the quarterback was thinking, what the tight ends and fullbacks were doing. It helped me learn the game of football a little bit more, which I think really helped me to get to where I am today. And it's awesome. Just going out, seeing the facilities, getting to meet teammates and all the coaches. It's an exciting time. You're here playing football, not having to worry about school or anything like that. It's just football now.
It's your job now, right?
It's every little guy's dream."
That's awesome.
So, also, yeah, you're right. And, you don't stop to consider the fact that it's not just the football while they're in college. It's like the football and the college. So, anyway, real quick, a man after my own heart, right? He said, "We've heard it so many times here already, but the culture they have here is amazing. You can really tell that when I was talking to the staff. They hold everyone to a high standard, just like NDSU did before."
That's North Dakota State University, in case you guys are wondering.
It's something I know a little bit about, but I've got to step in and remain at the level of that Cowboy standard.
Cowboy standard.
Special teams is key. Like I said, a man after my own heart. If you want to play on a team, and if you want to play a long time, you've got to embrace special teams. And it's something I'm really looking forward to doing. I'm trying to be as versatile as possible to help this team. But first things first, I got to make the squad, and I got to learn the playbook. I'm just trying to be myself out here. I'm not trying to be anyone else. I'm just trying to be the best version of Hunter Lipke that I can be every day.
Lipke. Yeah, it's Lipke. But no, I think that's what I was told his name was. But look, the thing is this. You got to remember, he, of course, got to. I remember we had that guy. Remember that guy, that fullback we had? Was it Nick Ralston, his name? If I'm going to have a brain fart, I think I pooped it out there. But Nick Ralston was dragging semis by his teeth and all that shit. But guys, he was not as versatile as this guy here, Hunter Lipke. He was not as, he's not a good running back at all compared to Hunter Lipke. The ability of Hunter Lipke is way bigger than a Nick Ralston. So if you're looking to compare them, night and day. I think Nick Ralston has a chance to make this team. He has a chance to knock off a guy like Sean McEwen as our fourth tight end if he could play that hybrid role. He also has an opportunity to, of course, who knows, knock off a Ronald Jones, possibly, right? We'll have to see what the Cowboys want to use him for. Ronald Jones is a better overall running back, but where's his strengths lie? Where's Hunter Lipke's strengths, and what do the Cowboys want to see from that player at that running back position, specifically that backup role? That's going to be interesting to see, and the battle is going to ensue between these guys and others on this team. We'll see if Zeke's ever brought back on here. Don't hold your breath, but we'll see what happens. Now, baby, I want to make sure we shout out everybody in the house. Of course, the sponsor of the week and the Cash App King this past week. You know it is.
None other than Snug X.
You know why he does this, baby, right? You know why he's here. So Snug X, much love. He's repping both boards. And you got Mark Hovsepian today. He's holding strong there with 84 points on that Stream Boss. I think he's second place on the overall board. Because in the lead right now, guys, in the Cash App, is Jason Renfro. In the lead on the overall board, it's the guy who's the May champion. He's the gifting leader right now, I guess. I should have updated that as well. It's Skeptical Fan. Don't forget his name, guys. Skeptical Fan in first place on this overall board, coming for that sponsor of the weekend, baby. Other than hitting that like, subbing up, and, make sure you hit that notification bell. Share these streams out.
Follow us anywhere and everywhere, of course, at MyCowboysFamily. And there's a handful of ways to show and drop the love, right? You saw Mary Alvarez flexing it earlier, joining in that membership. You saw Jason Renfro dropping the love.
And he was gifting a membership?
Speaking of...
Oh! That scared the hell out of me. We got a gifted membership to Turnover Boys by Dak Prescott. I see somebody who doesn't like Dak. He's got a new album called Turnover Boys by Dak Prescott. That's funny. And that person, that troll, happens to get him the gifted membership. So you can drop the Dak thumbs up if you'd like.
Hey, they're listening. They're watching.
Brought to you by Jason Renfro. Appreciate him. He drops that 5. Membership 1. And again, now we got a tie in first place. Yeah. Jason Renfro and Skeptical Fan. I'll update that board in a minute while you do the shout-outs. Not shout-outs, but you go through the rest of the stuff you were talking about. And much love to Jason Renfro. Congrats to Turnover Boys.
Yes, and we just saw that demonstrated there. But yes, a few other ways to show the love, drop the love through the Cash App. You have Venmo, the regular PayPal link, Streamlabs as well. Huge shout-out to everybody here hanging with us, chilling with us, and everyone who has dropped love, shown the support, shared.
Yes.
All of it, guys.
Sharing it all. Guys, thank you, guys. Can't do this without you all. You know this.
So... let me see here. And again, I can't see... I know McCarthy has said quite a few times now that he says he wants to run the ball more. But as the evidence kind of shows, he says that pretty much every single year. And every single year he runs more or less about the same amount. So, Pollard was still basically the only kind of move that we could have made. But I agree that I don't think it's going to be
that scared me again.
Make or break thing with Pollard in that sense.
We got Skeptical Fan now jumping into the lead on the membership side of things, baby. Jason Renfro with the gifting.
Skeptical Fan leading it, though, in his gifted membership. Ooh. Shout out to Andres Nunya.
Nunya in the house. Hey, we remember him. Nunya business in the house. Andres, appreciate you, thank you, and welcome to the family here on the subscription side of things, or I guess the membership side.
Another one.
What? Skeptical Fan is in second. I'm sorry, he's got 2 memberships up. I just fixed it. Jason's in second place with 1 gifted membership. Last month's champion is Skeptical Fan with the takeovers right now across the board. First place membership, gifting, first place cash. He's the star level. I mean, he's taken over here, but Jason Renfro's right there as well. And he's moving on up this board as Mr. Jason Renfro getting closer and closer as now, baby, he's jumped into 4th place on this overall board.
There you go. So, I'm just kind of rolling back, checking the comments here.
Hit a comment or two, and then I'll get back to business here. We'll talk defense, and we'll call it a night.
Skeptical said, Deuce is our future web back. You remember the old web back position?
It wasn't very good on our side, I think.
Let me see. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Aimden Colston. Zeke definitely was not the same after he had that injury. He didn't break anything then, but he what was it? He sprained.
Yeah, he had the MCL sprain, was it? In his
there
knee?
You go.
ACL sprain?
So he didn't technically break anything. He sprained it.
But he was banged up even the year before that. He was already kind of going that direction. I mean, 2 years ago, he partially tore it, and then last year he just slowed down. It's just the way it is. No one's even signing Zeke. So if you're going to sign Zeke, it's only minimal money with incentives, and you're hoping that he get you a couple short yards. I mean, Zeke was great at short yardage, even in that predictable Kellen Moore offense. So can't get mad at that, I guess. I mean, there's still some uses for Zeke as long as you pay him not that much money, and he understands his role as that power pass blocking kind of running back. That he would be the guy where I compete against Ronald Jones and Tyler Lipke for that specific running back role.
Yes. So, and yes, I think we're trying to see here who makes it first, because will Mr. MCF have a heart attack, or who goes first? So thank you, Renzo. So an MCL sprain and a partial tear.
There you go. Yes.
So thank
a sprain is a little microscopic tear, so it's it depends how you see it. But either way,
I think it's more the kind of language or classifications, right? Like I think a tear is obviously more severe than a sprain, even if they're both types of tears.
Well, right, a sprain is a micro tear, and a tear is a bigger tear. It might be a small tear. It's still a tear.
A paper cut and a knife
wound. Yeah. So let's rock it back here, baby. Now let's talk about defense here, and real quick before I even dive deep into defenses, and I talk about player wise here, let's touch on Dan Quinn real quick, because I believe the man's a lunatic, and I love it. He's a mad scientist. You know why I say that? Because last year he ran a stunt on the defensive line 43.5% of the time. That's almost half of the passing plays. He ran a stunt, almost half, which means the outside end, let's say Micah, goes inside. The inside player, let's say Osa, goes outside. That's a stunt. I'm trying to make it as easy as more complex than just that, but to make it layman's terms. So that's the highest mark. The highest mark, not just last year, baby, since 2018 of using stunts on a defensive front, on a pass rushing scheme. Now you throw Mozzie motherfucking Smith in the house, who's already a stout defensive line, run stopper.
He's going to be hard to throw, but I can do it.
Remember, they talked about the fact that McCarthy said that he's got some pass rushing viability. They've seen this immediately. It's not just them talking shit. They see it immediately. He's got some viability in the pass rush side, which something was a little bonus if we can get that year one from him.
I think Mozzie even mentioned in one of the few interviews that he has done that the Cowboys have some plans to use him there, and he kind of basically said, like, I can do everything. I can do it all. You put me there, and I'll do it.
But he's got to show it, right? He didn't get the scheme they used in Michigan was different. I think this scheme here is going to be the bully rush here. It's going to be much different and much better for his style of play, pass rushing wise and run stopping wise. Anyways, Mozzie Smith and a stout defensive line in general, just a good pass rushing defensive line, a great pass rushing defensive line, keeping Van Der Esch and adding Stephon Gilmore. Yeah, guys. Even adding stuff, I told you guys, adding Stephon Gilmore next to Trayvon Diggs, that's going to make us even more locked down to the secondary. And keeping LVE without having to worry about covering the run gaps and his run assignments, that's something that could definitely hurt him in pass coverage, and Damone Clark as well. They don't have to worry as much. Why? Hankins and Mozzie. Simple as that. I explained it in the past. They make those play action plays that that freeze the linebackers. Dan Quinn's going to say, do not worry about the run as much now. If it's pass first for you linebackers, and if you see the running back has it, of course you attack your gap. But the reason we can trust that is because we have better run stoppers that hold the interior and doesn't let these running backs burst right through the hole anymore. That ain't going to happen nearly as much as it did the last who knows how many goddamn years. So because of Gilmore, because of LVE retaining him, bringing in Gilmore, and doing what we do on our defensive line, Mozzie Smith, it's going to make us, with our stunts and all these stuff, we're going to be, this is Dan Quinn's mad scientist room here, and he's got a plan. Once again, he had it 1 year, second year, now he's got it again in year 3 with the Cowboys as our defensive coordinator, and I can't wait to see what Dan Quinn's coming. And I talk about secondary here, Trayvon Diggs, a guy I think we still need to sign, but all right, he's not signed yet. Pairing him up with Stephon Gilmore there he is. Jason Renfro dropping that 360 all year round.
For a second, I thought you said there's Stephon Gilmore. I'm like, oh, hey.
What's up, Stephon?
Thank you, Jason. Much love with a
$3.60 holler.
60-cent holler, doing a whole 360 there. And we still come up with Go Cowboys.
No matter how many 60s and 360s you do, it's always that navy, blue, silver, and star over everything. Now, Gilmore right there on your screen. Just talked about him. Pairing him up there and getting Trayvon Diggs on that field, baby. with Gilmore is going to be something else. Because listen to this. Just an example for a second here. Interceptions since 2021. Trayvon Diggs has 14 interceptions since 2021. The entire Raider defense since 2021 has 12 interceptions. The defense for the last 2 seasons for the Raiders, they have less interceptions than Trayvon Diggs in his 2 seasons, one man alone. Insane numbers there. He has more interceptions than the entire Raider defense over the last 2 years. And I know people talk shit about Trayvon Diggs' tackling ability. I know he missed. He kind of looked like he got scared on one of those across the middle kind of guys. He missed on dislodging the ball from the receiver. I think it's more of maybe he's scared of getting a penalty for illegal hit or something. But listen to this. Let's look at someone's got to make a tackling highlight video of all of Trayvon Diggs' tackles. Why do I say that? Because he's been talked crap about not being able to tackle. I always think he was solid. I didn't know if he was going to be like he's one of the best tacklers at corner, but he's solid, and I got proof. But first, we got Brandon James Shea in the house dropping that dollar holla.
Ooh. You know what he said?
I know he breaks a tie. What did he have to say?
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Hell yeah. Much love, Brandon James Shea, dropping that dollar right on it. Now I'm gonna actually fix this real quick, baby. It'll take me a second.
Of course, and Kelly, have a great night. Take it easy.
Much
Thank
love,
you for
Kelly.
joining us
Appreciate
here.
you. We'll be rocking this on the nightly pretty much all the time.
Let me see who else is here. And yes, I saw a few comments there. I think Aimden was one asking, weren't the Cowboys interested in D-Hop?
Yeah, we discussed that yesterday. Don't expect anything coming to guys. Because of Brandon Cooks, no D-Hop. That's pretty much the explanation there. And that's pretty much from McCarthy's mouth yesterday, right? Mm-hmm. Staying with Trayvon Diggs for a minute here, baby. By the way, much love, Brandon, Jason, everybody in the house. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell, and dropping that love from above, gifting memberships. Again, as we get more memberships, guys, we are able to put more emojis. We actually get other things unlocked the more memberships we have here. Whoa. Jeez, I didn't mean to. Whoa, Stephanie Willis in the house. Whoa, what happened, baby? Oh, it's a 5. Wow. It's rocking. That's 4 people. We need one more. Who's going to accept it? There's one remaining membership left. Much love to Stephanie Willis, always rocking it here with us. YYG, Eli, Alan Shepard, and the life of Reggie and Monet. You 4 plus 1 more will get a membership here. You got to allow membership, guys. You got to click those little dots on the side and hit allow membership to be able to receive it. There's one more. Jason Renfro gifted 5 memberships and added a whole. Again, this is getting us. I think we're going to have. I think we're either close or already have tomorrow. Going to have another emoji, and who knows what else they unlock from YouTube whenever we keep going up on the membership list. Man, I appreciate the great Jason Renfro, with a huge gifted membership to 5 other people. I'm only counting 4. So there's one more laying around out there, baby, that can be had, basically, right? So, man, that is groundbreaking. I got to put Jason Renfro. He is now first place on the gifting board with 6.
So thank you again, Jason. And hopefully everybody in the chat, drop them if you got them. And
there's still a spot open. Don't forget.
That's right.
There's still one more gifted membership, right? So, and by the way, with that, I got to make sure I click the board.
I'm not sure. You're right. I'm not really sure how that
should be one more
works. Was it maybe that it went through and it just didn't mark it on there? Not sure. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you this, baby. Right now, Jason Renfro's in second place on this board behind Skeptical. It's a battle. It's a battle here on the gifting board and the overall board. Which of our Cowboys are going to win this thing? We'll find out for sure on Sunday for the finale, but it's a battle going down here. Skeptical Fan and Jason Renfro, they're battling for that top spot. The way that Trayvon Diggs is battling for, he's battling for his contract in a way, right? This year, with Stephon Gilmore on the other side and Diggs, I think Diggs is going to have a better season than he even had last year. And I don't know about the year before. That was a real rarity, I think, last year, but I think he's going to have a better season than he had last year, and definitely a better season than most people think he's going to have this year. So, and by the way, I want to make sure I kind of finish saying, saying this about Trayvon Diggs. The reason I mentioned about his tackling, because he's kind of been criticized for some lame tackling, and he has a couple embarrassing things in his time here. But he has missed 2 tackles in a complete season, guys. He's the second best rated tackler by PFF in 2022 amongst all cornerbacks that have had 50% snaps or more. So a guy who's played full-time game as a cornerback in the NFL last year, he was the second best rated tackler. He only missed 2 tackles last year. Trayvon Diggs, you guys got to give him his respect. That's due to him, So I'm saying, like, that to me is a no-brainer there, right?
I mean, yeah, of course. So real quick, OG Lokes 09, what's up? Madman says that if Jerry wants to win a Super Bowl, that they need to sign another receiver.
Another one, huh?
No, sorry, I thought you were gonna.
No. I'm saying another one because I'm just saying like DeAndre Hopkins. These guys, I don't know about. I just don't know about. About adding another named player, right? Another named player. I think we're going to develop. I think I agree with the Cowboys now. Getting their getting their own guys, kind of trying to get that 4th or 5th receiver spots, done with that. So we'll see.
Retro saying there, I think we should go after Frank Clark. He won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs.
I like.
He could
Frank
be our
Clark.
Haley.
Was he already? Was he picked up, Frank Clark, or is he still out there? I thought he was picked up, but maybe I'm off on that.
Someone in the chat
saying he's still around.
Let us know.
Okay. Okay. I thought he was. Okay. I'm just making sure. Hey, Rolando Rodriguez
he's still unsigned. So thank you, Retro. Okay.
Interesting. That's not a bad pickup, but again, how much? And to me, it's like Frank Clark's going to play what the interior, the edge. I'm just trying to figure out where he's going to fit into this defense, age-wise speaking, right? I know that's a lot. That's a big part of that too. So hey, look, a lot of things we can discuss. I know this Trayvon Diggs. Other than who's number 1 tackling grade? Former Cowboy Shavarius Ward. Trayvon Diggs is number 2. Patrick Peterson 3. Kendall Fuller 4. And Sauce Gardner from the Jets 5th. But hey, again, missed 2 tackles. That's number 1 in the NFL last year. And the second best rated tackler. You guys cannot put down Trayvon Diggs when it comes to his tackling abilities. Now, as I had, you see, Dan Quinn peeking out back there. But we brought in a guy. We brought back Dan Quinn, but baby, we brought in a guy to pair up with number 7. That's going to make everything better. I said already, our pass rush helps the defensive backs. The defensive backs help the pass rush with newly acquired, fantastic, even higher rated than Trayvon Diggs, cornerback, formerly of the Colts and the Patriots and others, named Stephon Gilmore. We'll talk about that in a minute. First, a Philly family member here, Philadelphia Eagle family member, Frank Moyer, dropping that 5 on it.
Ooh.
What did Frank have to say?
Who do you think has the best chance to get D-Hop? I believe it goes Browns, Eagles, the 49ers, and then the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys, I've heard Bills and Chiefs. Those are the 2 teams I'm going to mention. The Browns 3rd. Then I heard the Cowboys 4th, and then the Eagles 5th. But look, Eagles and Cowboys, I just don't see either team getting. I don't definitely see the Cowboys getting him. Browns maybe. They got Deshaun Watson there, but I think the Bills and Chiefs are the ones I would bet money on. Let me put it that way. What's up, Fabian Mayfield? Welcome to the family here.
Thank you for summing it up.
Part of the family, subscribing it up here, but appreciate you. So, Frank Moyer, I get you up on that. Even if you're a Philly fan, you're one of the cool guys. You're one of the cool Philly fans. We'll accept you. Frank Moyer is a big-time MCFer here. We won't say Cowboys family for him. That might be offensive to him, too. We'll call him an MCFer for life. So, much love to Frank Moyer. Got you on that board in a tie for 10th place currently.
So, let me see. We have LC Gang in the house. What's up?
Hey.
Let me see. A Madman's point, by the way, relating to the previous point he mentioned, said load up on so many wide receivers, the defense just can't stop our offense.
I mean, if you're going to bring 4 receivers, 3 receivers every time. Cowboys got tight ends for a reason. You can run and pass with 2 receivers and 2 tight ends on the field. And you can run well and you can pass well with the talent we're going to bring out there. You have 5 options to throw to plus Dak running the ball in any of these scenarios. So the Cowboys will use 11 personnel. Yes, we'll use 1 tight end and 1 running back and 3 receivers. But we're not going to do it as much as maybe you may think. It's not Kellen Moore, 3-second developing play down the field to get some big plays here and there. But everyone's kind of haphazard. This is going to be the quick, bang, bang, bang throws. Dak going to go quick to the receivers, to the tight ends, to the running backs at the backfield. And when things don't work in a 2-second time frame, they scramble mode. We've already heard this is going to happen. That's going to be effective to extend the play. And if that can run for it 3 or 4 yards on first down, I will take a 2nd and 7, a 2nd and 6 every day of the week. So, I'm good with this mindset. And I've been saying this exact thing for 6 years on this channel. You can go back to day 1, week 1 of our, and they're still up, those videos. You'll hear me talk about it. So, much love, Frank. Appreciate you. Got you on that board. And we got a lot of battles ensuing here on this thing. But Stephon Gilmore spoke today, baby. Or yesterday, I'm sorry. And he went into detail about, his excitement. How he's ready to make this team better and be on a fantastically dominating defense. He's excited about this season for sure. So what do you have to say, baby, when it comes to Stephon Gilmore?
He said, quote.
How about we stop? And Jason Renfro dropping that $1, $2, $3 holly.
Quote, go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys, you know it.
Thank you, Jason.
It's
Appreciate you, of course. So much love.
Yes, I'll have to do these numbers later, but Jason Renfro is definitely creeping. It's like a 1A, 1B right now. It's like Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. 1A, 1B. They're both ones. Stephon, Skeptical Fan and Jason Renfro in that battle. Much love to Jason Renfro and everybody else in the house, Frank and everybody. So, yeah, I'm sorry. So, Stephon Gilmore, he did speak, and he just talked about the freshness factor here in Dallas. Still fresh, still new. What did he say about this whole experience so far with the Dallas Cowboys and this defense?
He said, quote, just mental and learning the plays, learning where your teammates are going to be, learning the terminology and stuff like that, and trying to put it into action. You can't really compete yet, but really try to do all of our other stuff that needs to be done for training camp. Also said, quote, I'm excited. Dan Quinn is a great coach. They had a great defense last year. I'm just trying to bring my athletic ability onto the team and make plays for the defense just because it was already food. Just trying to make them... it was already good, just trying to make them better.
Food.
So,
I
say it was already food. So, he also said, anytime that you go somewhere new, it's like a breath of fresh air. New opportunities. We've got some good young players. They always keep you going. So I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I was very excited because I've been a Cowboy fan all my life. And growing up as a kid, my dad, my cousins, I told my uncle I have a surprise for him. He was so excited. I'm just excited to be in town and see this amazing facility.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to making plays in this Cowboy uniform.
Hey, you know what's great about this too, baby?
I love his energy there. I have to admit that whole interview there felt...
Yeah.
I
think he's...
I don't know. It's like this weird mix of like confident but not cocky, and I don't know.
It's called a veteran leader that has Pro Bowls under his belt. This guy knows... You can
see how secure he is, and not only his own skill, but into, again, allowing like the offensive schemes to develop and integrating himself there.
Listen, my jaw drops when I see that. Number one, we've been rated as which of the top the top cornerbacking duos out there is ranked should be number one, and I gotta say I think it's Trayvon Diggs and Stephon Gilmore. I know Miami Dolphins have a pretty damn good one up there, Xavier Howard, but look at the top ranked NFC cornerbacks for a second. According to PFF, they have Darius Slay as the number one guy there from the Eagles. Jari Alexander, number 2 from the Green Bay Packers. And then at 3, this guy on your screen, Stephon Gilmore. Once again, putting him over Trayvon Diggs, which, by the way, Marshawn Lattimore was number 4 on this list. And number 5, digging it, Trayvon Diggs. So out of the NFC's top 5 cornerbacks, we have 2.
That's a good place to be in.
J.C. Horn was 6, Jamal Dean 7, Charvarius Ward 8th, which was a former Cowboy, A.J. Terrell 9th, and James Bradbury from the Eagles 10th. Yeah, top 10, the Eagles got 2. Top 5, we got 2. And we got 2 damn good ones, guys. Because I'm telling you, Stephon Gilmore on the other side of Trayvon Diggs, let's just keep it quiet. How about that? I don't want to talk. I want to show. And I can't wait. I think people don't even know what's coming because you got that kind of coverage back. You got these 2 guys back here. And what happens when you have this guy running at your face? What are you going to do? You're going to throw picks? That's what you're going to do, damn it. I love it. I love this, and I can't wait to see what this defense is going to bring in 2023. So, and Jason Renfro, another Navy Blue dropper right there, gifting another membership. And Freedom First, who's always there first, is now on board with a Navy Blue crew. Appreciate you.
Ooh, thank you,
Mr. Jason Renfro, who's definitely making this up. Again, I'm going to have to go check later on because I lost track already of who's in the lead, but definitely skeptical. And I'm pretty sure it's a tie right now. Very close to that tie. Freedom first. Congrats to you. And much love to Jason Renfro, who now, let me add another one on this board here. Jason Renfro trying to pull away night one. Remember last month, we're going to keep track of that all-time record, by the way, in a month. But right now, 24 is the, obviously we only had 1 month. That's the all-time record. Jason Renfro making up some lost ground there. He's got 7 gifted memberships. Skeptical Fan has 2 of them right now, as of this month, of the month of June has begun. So appreciate you, Jason Renfro, and Freedom First, congrats.
So, and Drums and Cowboys, much love. Actually, yeah, you just came in here like a minute after I just finished touching on Brandon Cooks' comments.
Oh, yeah.
He said this guy's a high-quality person as well as receiver.
Yeah, I mean, we got 2 guys. Brandon Cooks, we talked about him earlier, about Jalen Tolbert, how he's going to help him. And I'm telling you, Stephon Gilmore don't have to really help many people. But of course, you got Deron Bland, you got Deshaun Wright, you got Kelvin Joseph, a lot of guys that need help. But these are the starters. He's here for 1 year, and he's going to help, but he's not a slot corner. He's going to do his job and keep his job as the opposite side of Trayvon Diggs to get a big money deal, hopefully for him next year somewhere else, and we get a comp pick. So, to me, I really love both of these veterans. Both veterans give on offense, give us a veteran leadership in the receiver room. At the cornerback room, again, he's by far our most veteran cornerback. Like Brandon Cooks by far is our most veteran receiver. Last year was Jason Peters, right? With Tyron Smith helping out Tyler Smith. That's what I like to see in this team. Mentorship, leadership from veterans, and helping these young guys become not just great for a year or better in a year, but great or better throughout their career. That's what the key is. And Tyler Smith could have learned a lot from Tyron Smith and Jason Peters last year. We'll see how these guys do from their mentorship here. So I'm looking forward to it from the receiving room and the cornerback room. Now, one last guy spoke. We're talking about the pass rushing side of things for a minute. On defense, let's wrap it up. We got Micah. We got DeMarcus Lawrence. We know we got a whole lot of guys out there. Dorrance Armstrong, of course. Dante Fowler. We got Fehoko mixing in the mix there. We got a lot of different guys on him. Chauncey Golston. But I like to focus on one specific guy right now who I've been talking a lot about this offseason. I talked a lot about him last year. I think he had only, 20% of the snaps on the field over the year. But now he's going to get more. Trust me on this. And Mike McCarthy sees something special in this guy right here, number 54, Sam Williams. D. Williams, as we first called him last year when he first got drafted. But it's Sam Williams is his name. Get it right. And he's playing that defensive edge. And I think he could become a good, if he could get that run stop down, he's going to be a 3-down, edge rusher. That's going to be replacing someone like DeMarcus Lawrence. And eventually it'll be Micah. And it'll be Sam Williams coming at you at the edges on downs 1, 2, and 3. So, Sam Williams, baby. He has a specific sack goal. Remember, we just heard, literally, our defensive king here, Micah Parsons. Yesterday, he said that he's not even about the sacks anymore. To him, it's about creating opportunities for everybody on the defense.
Yeah,
and I understand.
What was it? I think generally disruptive or something like that.
So we know what he's aiming for, and that's going to help guys like Sam Williams, who's going to get less attention. But Sam Williams is the guy that's looking to eat. And I'm telling you, and I know Marco Sepian's like, who's the other guy on this defense? It's going to be the guy, like the get him guy, that guy, like with Micah. Most teams only have one if they're lucky. We might have 2 if, again, still a ways to go. But Samuel Williams, I want to know what he said, baby, about getting ready for 2023. His sack goal is high. I want to know what his goals are. I want to know what he's going to do with this team, and I want to see it on that field. What does Sam Williams speak on, baby?
He said, quote, "I didn't live up to what I wanted. Nothing is ever how I expected in most situations, but all I can do is learn from it and enjoy the process. When I first got here, I was saying I needed it and want it now instead of learning the technique. I knew I could play football, but I had to learn how to play in the NFL. Everybody can play football, but not everyone can play at that top level. That's what I'm focused on this year. Learn the process, take it all in, and apply on the field."
Apply it on the field?
So he also went on to add in there and say, "Every day is a new opportunity for me. Knock on wood. But if a man goes down, I'm next up." If we
and that's the start, by the way.
Exactly.
He's going to get a rotation, but that's the start.
He kept saying, if I outplay somebody, then maybe I'm starting. Every day is an opportunity to show that I deserve to be on the field. I need and want to be on the field. So, And this is where he started getting into some more of the arbitrary number situation. Saying
sack numbers?
Straight up. He's like, I need 10 sacks. 10 sacks will open up a lot of opportunities for me. Obviously, the team goal is to win a championship. My personal goal and what I'm working towards is getting better with my hands, and I need 10 sacks.
10 sacks. If we get 10 sacks with Sam Williams, Micah's going to get his sacks in double digits too. And he's not going to get full-time sacks as well, full-time, snaps. And he's not going to get 70% of the snaps, Sam Williams. He might get 40 or 50, but he's not going to get no 70, 80 like Micah is. So I would love to see him get 10 on kind of a half of a game, kind of, he's going to be playing a rotation. And he's going to be playing like half games, basically, an average. So, what else did he say outside of the 10 sacks? And, we know he wants to win that championship, but he wants to get those 10 sacks as well.
He said, obviously the team goal is to win a championship. My personal goal and what I'm working towards is getting better with my hands, and I need 10 sacks. Also saying, I love it here. Even last year, this is my happy place. It's a straight happiness around a good group of guys in a good environment. You had to mention it was straight happiness? Anyway, he said, I don't think there's a ceiling for this group. We can go as high as we want to. That was a joke, by the way.
No, and I agree with Sam Williams. Definitely this defense go extremely high. What I'm saying, as a whole, as a team, not just the players here. And I know he's talking. He wants 10 sacks, but if he gets 10 sacks, we're doing something. We're winning, and he gets his 10 sacks. We're doing something fantastic. So yeah, he can get his 10 sacks because in turn that means we're doing something fantastic on this defense, on this team. So, man, again, I love to see his desire to improve and get better. A lot of this stuff is about those second year, the membership comment from the man Jason Renfro in that silver level. What did the man say? Maybe 25 months repping it here with us. Over 2 years.
Much love. He said, this is the time to go all in, stop this Super Bowl drought, and get the 6 and beyond. We need to get MCW in that Cowboy cheerleader miniskirt. So let's go, Cowboys, now and forever.
I'm telling you.
Bring us that 6.
I knew that would motivate.
Go Cowboys.
6 and beyond. You know it.
Somebody's got to let Jerry know in the building.
Jerry, come on.
Not on us anymore.
We did our due diligence.
We did our part. So thank you, Jason, again. Appreciate you. Much love. Everybody here chilling, hanging with us. Thank you.
I really love, again, finishing up here. I love Sam Williams, what he's bringing to this team, but it's going to be a team effort. Nobody here it's not the Dak Cowboys or the Micah Parsons Cowboys. It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. By the way, baby, do you know why that membership, we didn't see it? Because that person deleted their channel. They still got when they put their channel back up, they'll still have membership. We just didn't get to see who got it. Very strange.
Okay.
That's very strange. Weird. Very strange. Someone's hiding out there. So a couple trolls floating around. Thank you, trolls. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the membership when you get your channel back.
Always watching, huh?
Always watching us. Hey, it's all good. But come on down. Even if you're a hater. It's all good. Hey, we know all you guys in the chat now discussing the back and forth, talking about Cowboys. You guys love that star for everything, need that 6 and beyond. Trust me, so do we. So, any last comments? Maybe I think that's everything from my side of things.
Let me go ahead and just do the final shout outs here of the night as we start wrapping things up. Right?
It's about what? We got about an hour and a half in this one tonight, so we got a pretty good packed one here tonight. A good full My Cowboys Family on a Fan Friday. Expect at the very least Sunday we're going to do the finale here, and if enough news comes out tomorrow, we'll definitely jump on here for a quickie on a Saturday night live stream here at My Cowboys Family. But definitely going Sunday to wrap up the entire weekend and beyond, right? Kicking off a new week on Monday. I can't wait as we get closer and closer to the minicamp, mandatory minicamp, June 6th, closer and closer to eventually training camp, preseason games, regular season, playoffs, Super Bowl, and beyond, right? That's what I want to see. That's the story I want to hear about our Dallas Cowboys in 2023-24. So hit up the chat, baby, and say the good nights and the good Shabbos.
But yes, Retro Scotty, have a great night. Take it easy. Of course, Jason Renfro, much love to you. Rolando Rodriguez, take it easy. Have a great night. Drums and Cowboys, much love. And yes, I think you might have missed it when I mentioned it earlier, responding to your comment. But yes, we already touched on Brandon Cooks, and he is as incredible as...
Yeah, veteran leadership is vital for the Tolberts and the Simi Fajokos and those guys.
So, let me see who else is here. Freedom first, of course.
Hey,
Take it easy.
Membership.
Let me see. OG Lokes to 09. Much love. LC Gang Gang. We have Mike Aldana in the house. Let me see. Who else is here? The Life of Reggie and Moan. Alan Shepard. YYG Eli. Stephanie Willis.
A lot of the membership winners there.
Yep.
By the way,
go back. Aiden Colston. Skeptical.
Always staying skeptical. In first place with Jason Renfro. They're battling for the top spot right now. We know Jason Renfro got the lead in the Cash App side of things. So much love to Jason Renfro and Skeptical Fan running the boards this week. What about last week? Well, you see Marco Seppian 69 points on the Stream Boss. And SnugX, he's currently our sponsor of the week, repping that star for everything, repping that Cash App crown. Much love to the man SnugX. We know why. Not just that star. It's that MCW and the fire here. So appreciate you, SnugX. Much love, the Cash App King and the sponsor of the week.
Yes. Mary Alvarez, thank you so much.
Welcome to
much
the membership.
love.
That's star level.
Have a great night. That's right. And again, guys, Birdie told me that we're going to be touching on some of those extra bonus perks.
Yep.
The membership in these next week or so.
Yeah, guys. Coming up soon here. So
touching on them.
We're gonna start bringing that up around again. But YouTube's a little bit. We just gotta mind our P's and Q's. Let's just put that. But you guys know it's starting up soon here as the season gets ready to kick off. Those awesome extra bonus perks there, jerseys and things like this for those star level and beyond. Oh yeah, we'll start getting some of those bonus perks not even mentioned going here in the next month or so.
So.
Love,
I think that's actually everybody here hanging
awesome.
with us. So guys,
great
yes,
night.
Thank you so much for hanging here one last time. Hit the like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us anywhere and everywhere at MyCowboysFamily. But baby,
I'm gonna ask you, baby, why do we do this here at MyCowboysFamily each and every night like lunatics?
It could be that navy blue, could be that silver too. I think it's that star over everything, though.
It's definitely all those things, guys. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly. Here at MCF, we're always repping that star over everything, as you can plainly see. And, of course, never forget, no matter what here, almost 6 years and beyond on YouTube, here on My Cowboys Family, never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, say it loud with us. Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond. Much love to everybody in the chat, dropping that knowledge. Yes, I said it like Lionel Richie. All night long. All night. Thank you all. Seriously.
Brandon James Shea.
Yes.
Happy almost birthday there.
Yes.
Choctaw Montana 808 representing. Scorpio, much love.
Skeptical Burn. Everybody here. Mary, much love. Cannot do this without you guys' love and support, the discussions and all that. Thank you for that. And, as we wrap it up here, you guys, drops of knowledge keeps it going. The drops of love from above. Truly humbled by your love and your love back to the channel, to the chat on the nightly here with the gifting from guys like Skeptical Fan and Jason Renfro, those back in the membership, like A. Lavelle, JQ, Skeptical Roy Strasner. You got Mary Alvarez back in the membership as well. So Jason, Skeptical, Brandon James Shea, Frank Moyer. Thank you all being part of this thing on the nightly. Can't do this without your drops of love and support from above. And baby, all good things must come to an end. It is time to drop out, clock out officially for the night. But before we can officially relock and reload over the weekend and tomorrow, the finale on Sunday, what do we got to do before we drop out for the night?
We got to drop the beat.
Oh yeah. The beat has been dropped once and for all, guys. Thank you for rocking here again with us. Fan Friday style. That navy blue silver star and over everything membership levels. Appreciate every single one of you guys. As we get on out of here for the night, get ready for the weekend and stay safe out there. Remind every Eagle fan, like Frank Moyer, he's cool, but remind every Eagle fan, 5 is always and forever greater than 1. I mean, I got proof. Boom. Sorry, Sirianni. Wah. Sorry, Eagles. You suck. I can't stop laughing. I'm sorry. Even my cartoon version of myself can't stop laughing. Remind those Eagles those basic mathematics. You know what I mean, guys? And here, we talked about our Cowboys. We don't mess with the Eagles too much because it's about our star over everything. Brandon Cooks, the true leader for Jalen Tolbert and Simi Fehoko, and those guys that we need. Dak, we talked about him. The good, bad, and ugly every day. Top 10 quarterback. Don't fool yourselves, guys. Sam Williams, oh yeah, he's coming at you with Micah right there. And question mark, you never know. Dalton Risner, let's use some of that extra cash money we got from Zeke and the leftovers we had salary cap wise. We got a little bit we could put on that left guard solidification. You know what I mean? Here in MCF, it's always about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Never ever forget the number one thing right here. I'm my Cowboys family. But first, Skeptical fan dropping that 1-2 J. Lou Dollar Holler. Much love to the man staying skeptical. Always appreciate you. And he said, go Cowboys. Have a good night, everybody. As always here, you know the number one thing on my Cowboys family. Never forget, everyone stay safe. Much love to all. Appreciate everyone here on a Friday over the weekend. We'll see you soon again. Have a good night. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out. And never, ever forget, go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat. Monk on the beat.